Hi, my name is kjmeuer. I am a group fitness instructor. I'm also a master trainer and a head master trainer because I love group exercise. Group exercise gets me to get more out of a workout than I thought I could when I walked in, even when I'm teaching it. And so what I want to share with you today are 3 things to think about when you want to effectively motivate people. Because in a group exercise class, it's a reaction. Everybody shows up with a really great potential. Every single person to me is like all these reactants. They come in, they're exactly where they need to be. And now we're going to go through this really crazy experience of a class. And now, hopefully, we've been elevated. But at the end of the day, whether we jump or don't jump, whether we do push-ups on our toes or we don't, whether it's our first class or our 50th, or I've been coming so long I don't even know how long it's been or how many classes I've been to me, group exercise is all about going into a workout and getting more out of it than I thought I could when I started. And to me, how we can do that as group exercise instructors is knowing that we are the leaders and how we can effectively motivate. How do you effectively motivate? Here are 3 things to think about. Movement, music, people. Those are the 3 chemicals, if you want to talk about a reaction. Those are the 3 elements, the 3 reactants that you need to create this really cool thing called group exercise. Because your music is the #1 motivator in any group exercise class. So if you create your own playlist, create a killer playlist that you love. If you teach a pre-formatted group exercise class where they give you the music, trust me, I have taught pre-formatted formats with some songs that maybe aren't my favorite, but trust me, you can use your music in really clever ways to help elevate your game. How? Have you ever turned up the music when it's a really hard part and just say, we're gonna be in this together and here we go? Can we outlast the music sometimes? Can we go faster than the beat of the music, depending on if you work with the 32 count or not? Or can you turn the music down when you have to tell them something really, really important and say, okay, you guys, keep moving, but in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna turn up the music and your movement's gonna get really, really big. You ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. And you just crush it, right? Music is the #1 motivator in group exercise. So figure out your playlist, use the volume a little bit to play around with changing it up, being unexpected, but also think about some of the songs that really speak to you and words that you really love. Sometimes I'll be in a class and they say this really great line and I use that as a cue to help us all get more out of it. Know your music. Second thing you want to think about, movement. Movement is why we all come together, right? We all came to burn some calories and lose some weight, and my doctor told me I had to come, or this was the only class that worked out in my schedule, or this is my favorite class, right? We got everything. We got Homer Simpson to Superman and everything in between, and we got all different walks of life in there. The #1 thing that you want to remind people of with movement is they are exactly where they need to be, and then let them know that you are going to be there to help them get more out of the workout than they thought they could when they walked in. Now, depending on the format that you're teaching, whether it's strength, spinning, a boot camp class, yoga, Pilates, there's a lot of different ways to go about this. All I will say is that perfect your craft. Do the workout on your own so that your own form and technique is your #1 visual cue. That will be effectively motivating people beyond belief. If you have really crisp, clean, awesome, like amazing form and it's sharp, people will notice that. The other thing that you want to think about is with the movement, depending on the kind of movement that you're going to do, how can you cue or help people get more out of the movement? Is it a deeper range of motion? Is it helping them slow down and get more out of it? Is it actually helping them push through some mental barriers and do a little bit more than they think they can? Is it just being able to help people with a visual story of where they want to feel it in their body? Right? So think outside the box on this one, but it really does depend on the format you're actually teaching it, so I don't really want to go any further, but if you are teaching a pre-formatted class, I'm going to tell you to watch the DVD of your actual format that you have and take down some notes of some cues that they say that really speak to you about the form and technique and help you get more out of the movement. And then lastly, people. And this is probably my favorite one and why I got involved with group exercise and kept with it for so long, because if you know my story, I never wanted to teach group fitness. I thought it was Jane Fonda with thong leotards, leg warmers, and I said, I don't really want to be a group exercise instructor because that's aerobics. I was a soccer girl in Umbro shorts and t-shirts, and yeah, just not my style, but it was the people. It was a person that was a catalyst for me that pushed me off the building, 2 hands, and had me teach my first class, and I was addicted from the start because here's the deal. Working out is hard. I don't care what class you teach, it's hard. And it's also really hard to get to. People have to change their whole schedules around it. They have to drop off kids at Kid Castle. They have to do a lot of sacrifices to get to your class. So when they walk in, and I said it before, number 1, they are exactly where they need to be. You're gonna help them through everything else. You're gonna have music to help effectively motivate them. You're gonna help them with their movement. But you're also going to remind them that they are part of something that's bigger than just one person working out. And to me, that's everything. I was a college athlete. I played soccer at the University of Wisconsin, so I'm a team kind of girl. Like, if you get me to do something where I feel like I'm part of something that's bigger than myself and I'm contributing to a team, I am in. And even if you're not necessarily motivated by that, what I will tell you is that in group exercise, if you can create friendly competition where you say, hey, back row, can you chase the front row? You know, figuratively with whatever move you got going, or you have people interact with each other and high five, or like after an interval, this is one of my sneaky little tips. So write this one down. After an interval where people need to stand up and keep walking around, keep their head above their heart, all that stuff, I'm like, go find someone and high five them. High five someone new. Learn someone's new name. Bam, right? A high five is a very universal, like, we crushed it, we killed it, we are bonded for life. It is something that creates this weird chemical reaction between 2 people, and you just get it, that you don't care where they're from, they don't care where you're from, but now you two are in this together because you want to be elevated as a group. And that is powerful. If you can start to use cues that remind people that they are part of something that's bigger than themselves, if you can create friendly competition, or even just think about how they're going to get more out of this workout, that, hey, you showed up and you are exactly where you need to be right now. I know that, and you came in with this awesome, great potential no matter where you are, and all we're gonna do is capitalize on it, like use the energy of the group. If you see someone killing it in a move you hate, try to do 1 more rep than you think you can. If you wanna chase someone in the front row, if you wanna jump higher than me, and you as the instructor can kind of walk around and help motivate and elevate people as well, but remind people that this energy of all these people, every single person is adding to that energy and elevating our game together. And that to me is like, whew, that's right in the heart. That's like, I'm in. Now you might be something, or you might be someone who just thinks like, oh, no, it's the music. That's it. Or maybe you're more movement. And that's great too. You got to speak to your elements, but you definitely need to know that group exercise is a combination of movement, music, and people. And you got to find really great, awesome ways to help people with all of those. And I really hope that these tips helped. If they helped you teach a group exercise class and you killed it, you got to post below, because you got to celebrate that. It's a lot to teach a group exercise class. Trust me, I commend you. Thank you very much for helping people realize that group exercise is so awesome. I don't care what format you teach. Anybody who gets people into that group exercise world and that group X room, guess what? You're creating a safe place for people to want to come, who maybe will come try my class one day. Even if you're not living in Denver, Colorado right now, I promise. It's a world of karma, and it all comes back around. So hopefully you found these tips helpful. Use one of these 3 tips in your very next class. Post below how you crushed your class. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, you just got to post below or email me. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for watching.